Hello everyone, welcome to Cloud ADK build with AI ADK. So yeah, today we are going to be building simple and ADK agent. So it's a personal the agent is going to be a personal assistant whereby your user can able to communicate with the agent AI agent. So to get started, we have a prerequisite which says we have we have the prerequisite of generative AI consent to be basically have Python programming skill and also familiar with command line. But for the Python programming, we don't really need Python because we are going to be using Antigravity. And what we will learn on how to set up our Python environment and how to create a simple personal assistance using ADK. And what we will need, we are going to need a good network and a Chrome browser. So let's get started. So before I get started, I would love to set up my environment. And to do that, you will have to search for anti-gravity. So for those people that are not familiar with anti-gravity, anti-gravity is an AI agent used for generating code and build, test your code. So for this section, we are going to be using anti-gravity. So all you have to do, just click on download, download for your OS, and scroll down to set up. After it gets the download, you install and you can able to see an environment like this. I've already installed it. You're able to see an environment like this. By default, let me open new environment. You will be able to see an environment like this, a simple environment. So whenever you are trying to set up your project, you can write your prompts, write your command instruction, write it here. For instance, it's used for creating application like for let me give instruction, create a simple uh, website. So anti-gravity can help you to plan and create a simple website uh, or application. So we have other tools like an Open Agents Manager. Open Agent Manager is where you can get a full interaction environment for your application, whereby you can do a full conversation with your application. And if you are familiar with VS Code, which is an editor, you can able to see your file, search, GitHub to push to GitHub and to able to do some demo. So this is how uh, anti-gravity works. It makes sure your environment is you can able to write code without even have the core skill for programming. So let's get started. Um, we to get started now, going back here. So what we are trying to do now, we have know the prerequisite and to set up our basic environment. So, and for the Python, we need a Python environment. To confirm if you have a Python environment, open your command terminal. Uh, if you are using MacBook, or you can use this, or you can if you are using Windows, you can search for command prompt or CMD to see you can able to enter your terminal. So to confirm if you have Python, you expect to type in Python dash dash version, which is expect to return return you a Python 3.9. So this is the version of Python. For those people, if you don't have Python on your system, you can just type Python download. So if you Python download, and yeah, so you can able to click and download the Python or to install based on your, if you are download for Windows, you can go for Windows. So this is the link. So just search for that Python download and everything will be set up. So moving forward, uh, to proceed, you are expert. Let us brief ourselves about what is ADK is all about. ADK is use ADK agent, AI agents use LLM. So the AI agents we are going to use a smart computer program designed to act on your behalf, much like a personal assistant. So it's do something itself without any alternative using LLM, which is large language model, and it's going to be the brain to make a decision for you instead of you to be doing it directly. And we have this is the 8K agent documentation, which is the framework built by Google to make sure that you can easily build an AI agent, and it supports multiple models. It supports ChatGPT, supports Antigravity, it supports a lot of model you can work with. So this is the basic about the AI agent. So let me give an instance. There are situations where, for instance, you want to book a flight, and instead of you to be searching for random flight website to choose within your budget, you can actually use an ADK and give it the condition, the requirement, and it will search it for you. By the end of this section, I will be going to show you how you can make use of that. So moving forward, for the people that are familiar and new to Cloud Console, you are expected to access your Cloud Console. Cloud Console. So this is the Cloud Console environment. Can you see? So we after we get to our console, you can see this is the simple environment. And the reason why we are coming down here is to do some validation to get access to our console. So here we have to set our project. By default, I have a terminal, activate terminal class share. So I'm using my class share to make sure my project is set. And the reason why we're doing this is we want to get access to the ADK, to the API key to enable our AI platform, because we're using AI model. And yeah, it's working. So I copy Google config set project. Mind you, you can see we have your project dash ID. So you are expected to replace this with the ID. So going back, we have this the project ID, and we can able to copy and paste. So we are configured to set our project. So it's successfully set. You can see update property. Going back, we are enable our required API. To use Google Cloud Services, you must activate their respective API for the project. So before we can use an AI model, LLM model for the cloud, we are expected to enable our API. So let's enable that. So boom. So we have successfully activated our API. And moving forward, so this is just to activate our API, and it's also to set our project. Moving forward, we have this is the second steps, fourth steps, saying that we have to create our project. So to create our project is the two ways. Just copy this, go to your terminal, or for those people that are not familiar with terminal, you can just go to the folder you are expecting. Desktop, I'm using desktop. I've already created a folder called AI agent, so and move down there. So after I done that, I can easily open it, create and activate the virtual environment. And because I have anti-gravity, I'll be giving anti-gravity this to do this for me instead of doing it manually. So what I will do now is I will open this with anti-gravity, open the project with anti-gravity, and how to do that, just come to file, open folder, and AI agent. So select the project. So I'm open with anti-gravity. So after I've done that, I don't mind this. This is the existing one. I'm just showing the the review of the project. So I create, I I still create and activate environment because a Python project. I want to create and activate an environment. So for create Python environment, so it will do that for us automatically. So it starts generating. Anytime you see generating, it's generating code or it's performing some action. So you are expected to give it some time. You are expected to give it some time before you can able to do anything. So give it some time to be the best time to do. So we are waiting for the feedback. So it can say it starts running the activation itself, and we have we have uh we have the sorry. So okay, I think it's done. It's done. Successfully activate. So it's giving me instruction to activate this. So to do that, it has me to copy this and run it on my terminal. So I can see it successfully activate my environment. So that's the benefit of using Antigravity for your project. And after we've done that, we have successfully activate, we can instruct that we can copy this and paste it to our. So this prompt says ADK install. We have to install the ADK if you're a first time user. So copy this and paste. It will automatically install it for us. I've done that already. So this anti-gravity will install the Google ADK for us. Moving to the next. So where this is where the major work starts. So ADK create. So I have ADK create personal assistant. You can call it other name. You can call it booking flight. So let me call it booking flight. Uh, Booking flight. So I'm giving the ADK now to set up my agent for me. Booking flights, let's say. So from the steps here, I've been told that the first step is to choose the option, the type of model I'm working with. So for by default, it's come with Gemini 2.5, Gemini 2.5 Flash, but you can choose other model. You can use ChatGPT model. You can use any other platform that has any agent. You can use that. So here in this situation, we are using Fatext AI. We are using Fatext AI, which is the two. So option one, I'm choosing. I was being told to use option two, which is okay. Sorry, choose option one. So here we have option one and two, and we are asked to choose between the Gemini, Google AI or Vertex AI. So we are going for Vertex AI, which is going to be for the account Vertex AI. And now we are expected to enter our Google um Google project ID. So coming back here, we have already earlier we talked about project ID. So the project ID, this is the project ID. You can see it was opened by default. You can able to copy, and I can able to copy my project ID for the application. So this is my project ID. I'm going, let us go back, and the region, enter the region. We have to enter the region US Central 1. US Central 1 is the region we are working with. Okay. Location US Central 1. So the ChatGPT, the anti-gravity will be the one to do a lot of work for us. So you can see, checking the right hand side, you can see I have my folder created already, and I have I have a lot of things going on here right now. You can see because the anti-gravity is doing that for me. So it has helped me to create the application already, and I can able to see this is my question. So this is the simple. So now let me explain this. Whenever you are doing the anti-gravity, whenever you are doing the ADK, this is the basic format you are expect. So this call out the agents you are building, and also it talk about the model, the type of model you are using, and it talked about the name, the description. So this is the key thing you can customize. You give the full instruction of what the AI to do for you. So this is just to answer your question with the best of knowledge. So I can let me zoom out. So sorry. Okay. So now I can customize this to make sure it focused on booking flights. Focus on booking flights. So I want to give it a good prompt. Focus on booking flight and schedule my traveling. So this, it will focus on the booking flight and traveling. Let's say, so it will do some modification on this. And from there, we have already set up we have already used our central US central one. Let's move to the next. So explore the agent's code. So this is the code already starting creating. So let's, based on our collab, let us explain this. We have from the ADK agent. So this is importing necessary package that is going to run. So if you check here, we have this too. So after I make some modification, I can see accept all right here. So meaning I'm accepting the code. And yeah, so I have the code already. So this work to import ADK agent, and this shows this agent make sure that the agent is working fine. And from here we have create agent assistant, create an instance agent for your AI agent. So this is creating an instance, this function create an instance agent for us. And also we have the modeling. So this is, it can be any LLM, provided you have the access to the API key, and it has the description. So description is, there is a summary of the purpose of the ADK and the capability, and the instruction, what instruction you want it to perform. And we have check our MV file. Going back to this to check our MV file, we have already have the project ID, and we have the cloud location, which we already put based on what we have on our uh, cloud console. So moving forward, we have to run. We are told to run our application on the terminal. So ADK run, ADK run, ADK run booking flights, because that is the name of the project we created. Booking flights. So I So, or you can run it on your terminal. It will still the same thing. So ADK run, but because I've already hacked the agent to do that for me already, so something's running. Let's see. So it shows it's run. So it's asked me some uh, flight from Berlin. Berlin. So Berlin. So let's see what is going. So this is the terminal things. So you can see it's return a response. So this is not that friendly, but let's start with it. So because you may run into an issue troubleshooting time, you may have an error when you run this, and possible if you jump the steps number 3, whereby it will ask you to enable the API. But coming back here, you are expected to run this on the terminal, which we did here earlier. So to activate our API for the AI agent. So to run it in web development UI, to see a friendly environment, we can just use ADK web. And to do that, we just have to come back here and ADK web and see, let's see what's happened. So this, it's give us a local IP to access our application. So boom, you get the application now. And you can able to see booking flight. So the booking flight now, let's say booking flights, let's see. Yeah, it's returned me a feedback. So it's working. So it's working now. I can say, hello, I kindly get me if cool surface flight from Germany or USA. So let's see what is going to get us. Yeah. So give me the it asks first class. No, I'm not. I'm going for economy, economy, and from Las Vegas. So Las Vegas to Berlin. Yeah. So let's see. So this is the purpose of the agent. You know how many times it's going to take to find this out by myself. You have to Google search or use Gemini to do this, but we are building a specific agent to do this for us automatically. So what are your preferred date? Okay, let's say next week, Saturday, and one adult. Okay, so yeah, we have so you can see on Saturday, friends. So it's something's going on now because it's returning me some data. So friends, um, okay, you're looking for economy for adults. So let me check. Okay, let me check available flights for me. So it's checking. Um, so it's trying to return. Uh, respond. So searching for flight now, please wait. So it's getting me to respond. So that is how the AI agents work. So for those people that joined the yesterday section, there is a different way you are able to build something like this. Instead I will use a cloud platform, which is Vertex AI, or use one API key. So what we are saying API key is application program interface, whereby you want to have access to the Gemini. So by default, to have access to Gemini, you have to do it on chatbot, whereby you send a message and give you a response. That is a general convention. But now you want to use this say Gemini in the application. So you have to get an API key. So the way we create our booking flight, that's the same way we create our personal agent. And to do that, we just use ADK create personal agents, which we did here. So but we did the same thing, but we choose one which is using an API key, not Vertex AI. So and you said this is quite different. This environment is quite different from this environment. So for this scenario, I use Vertex AI, and for this scenario, I use a uh I use an API key. So to get your API key, all you have to do is to API AI Studio. So AI Studio is an environment, another Gemini environment, whereby you can use to access your API key. And to do that for a first time user, you can say get API key. If I click on get API key, I will be able to see API key. For the first time user, you can say create an API key, so you can easily to create the API key. So I click on this and I'm able to copy and I paste. So that is how you can able to use your API key, and you can able to operate with your API with your ADK. So let me test it again. If I switch to a personal agent, which I'm using API key, I say hi. So let's see. So you can see it responds. So it acts the same way with the way we use factors, just that the very option. Although technically in an enterprise platform, you are advised to use Vertex. You are advised to use a Vertex AI for your application. If it's a mega enterprise project, but if you are just a simple application, you can use an API agent to do that to achieve that goal. So by the end of this, we are going to send you some overall platform you are going to need to set up. Use the API Studio key to get your application, to get your API keys, and to know what you have been using. You can easily click on this, click on the view usage. View usage will tell you how many prompts. So this is very important for your billing and the performance of your agents. So That's all for this section. I'm moving forward. You have to do some cleanup. Some cleanup, you have to delete, you have to disable. So to clean up, you can just copy this, but I'm not going to do this because I'm going to share it on GitHub for everybody. So you can just clone and review the code if anything different. But for my Factors AI, I can just click on this and go back to my uh, console and just disable. So we have disable. So this will not cost you extra charges. So I disable my AI platform, and coming back, move forward. So I've do the cleanup. So that is all. So that is all. Thank you very much. So we have successfully built our simple uh ADK agent. And next section, see you soon. Bye bye.